and welcome. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to this week's Central Youth YouTube video. It is so great to have you with us this week, whether you have had a really wonderful week or a pretty rubbish week or somewhere in the middle. I know that for me, it's been pretty much in that middle space. Today, we are going to hear about what Esther has been getting up to during lockdown. Sarah and Stephen are going to continue our series in the Beatitudes. And then Toby is going to bring us our challenge for the week. And we're going to get a podcast and a song to check out from Hannah and Roselle. So sit back, get comfy, enjoy the next few minutes, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
A day in my quarantine life. First, I sadly have to wake up. No one likes waking up. Then I read my book. For my breakfast, I normally have cornflakes, but right now I'm out of cornflakes. After my breakfast, I have some time on a device of my choice. For my daily exercise, I like to get a bit of fresh air. No, I'm joking. I just go for a walk. I normally have my lunch, which is most commonly ham and cheese bagel. When I have time to, I do a bit of keyboard or a bit of guitar. Once I've done my music, I have my dinner, which is one of the only things that varies in my quarantine day. And for pudding, I have fruit, which is definitely a pudding. Pudding right here. And for my last activity before I go to sleep, I watch a film or a TV series, and normally we have a special guest, Simon the Salt here. And normally the rest of my family would be here, but I didn't want to bother them. Sometimes we like to be a bit more interactive, so we do a thing that we like to call the Lockdown Olympics, which is 18 board games getting the most points to win a prize of £50, and we play games like Simpsons Monopoly, or just Monopoly, Perudo, and Monopoly Deal. For next week's video, I nominate Layla Roselle.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The first of the Beatitudes, or blessednesses, as Steve told us last week. But what does poor in spirit mean? Well, the first thing that I did was I looked at the original Greek, because that's what the smart people seem to do for some reason. And it told me that the word poor was more accurately translated as beggars. So, blessed are the beggars. Well, what does that mean? Well, beggars are poor, and they know it too. So does that mean I need to know that I'm poor to get into heaven? Not quite. You see, poor isn't the only part. It says poor in spirit. I think that the difference between being poor and poor in spirit is that when you're poor, you have nothing. When you're poor in spirit, you recognize that what you do have isn't yours, it's God's. Karl Martin illustrated this to me by saying that it's the difference between holding what you have like this and holding it like that. So why is it important to know this? Well, I can think of two reasons. Reason number one. Last week, Steve and Toby talked about blessed meaning happy. This passage tells us we're blessed if we're poor in spirit, which means that living like this brings us happiness. The great thing about all of our stuff being God's is that our fears, our worries, our anxieties, our frustrations, they are all God's too. He carries them so that we don't have to, and we never have to do anything alone. I find this so freeing. This passage doesn't just tell us that we're blessed with earthly happiness. We're blessed with the joy of heaven too. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. In heaven, we won't own anything. Everything will be God's, but everything will also be everyone's. Choosing to live with open hands gives us a little snapshot of what heaven will be like. Point number two, being poor in spirit allows us to live out the lives that God has called us to. Recently, we've been talking a lot about loving our neighbours, and this becomes a lot easier to do when we recognise that everything we have is God's. Because we're no longer giving out of our own generosity, but out of God's. We're loving people with His strength, not our own. So, just to recap, it is important to realise that everything we have is God's, because we are blessed with happiness on heaven and on earth, and it frees us up to live out the lives of love that God is calling us to. And so now I'm going to pass you over to Toby, who's got a meaningful challenge for us.
Hello, I'm going to be doing this week's youth challenge. So the challenge is going to be how much of a lemon you can eat in 1 minute. So rules are you have to cut the lemon in half, which isn't part of the time. Then you have to eat it. But you're not allowed to peel it. So, yeah. Well, this is how much lemon I got. Wasn't great. It might be easier if you use a knife to get the lemon out. There's also going to be a winner for the best lemon face.
Think about the people you're living with and how we can show them extra kindness.
I am going to be so kind to my family this week.
Seconds. I beat my record.
Like I care that you beat your record. You're always trying to solve that thing as if I needed proof that you were cleverer than me.
You're just annoyed that I am cleverer than you. You're never able to accept.
Fight me!
Ah!
For this week's challenge, I decided to bake a cake for my family to say thank you for all the help they gave me when I got very stressed recently about writing an essay.
Today, so I'm giving her her favourite snack. A frozen carrot. Go through to Scout, who's busy snoozing, and give her the carrot. Oh, do you like that, Scout? And that is Scout content for the afternoon.
And today I'm going to be doing the job that nobody ever wants to do, washing the windows. So the podcast recommendation today, I'm going a little bit rogue and actually suggesting an app. The app's called Lectio 365 and I am loving using it every morning. I actually use it when I'm having my breakfast. It's created by 24/7 Prayer and it's to help us meditate slowly and guide us through what the Bible's saying, pointing us towards prayer and pointing us towards real simple truths every morning.
Hey guys, this week's song recommendation is, drumroll please, Voice of Truth by Casting Crowns. So I really enjoy this song because it talks about how God always speaks the truth and it reminds me to keep my faith in him strong and not to doubt him.
So that's it for another week of Central Youth YouTube. I hope that you are feeling encouraged and connected to the rest of the group. Maybe once this video has finished, you could spend just a few minutes asking God what he is saying to you through what Stephen was speaking about. Remember guys, that we are praying for you all, we love you all, and we have so enjoyed hanging out with you at our tea and chat sessions on Zoom on Sundays and also at our Tuesday evening check-ins as well. So please do keep coming along, share how you guys are getting on, and let's have fun together as well. I thought that I would leave you with my favourite meme of the minute, which not only reminds me and hopefully you of who Jesus is, but it also pretty accurately describes what I'm up to and what I imagine that you guys are up to just now. So see you guys on Zoom, on WhatsApp, and next week on YouTube.